Arsenal are preparing to break the bank in the summer with a bid exceeding the £100 million mark, while the Premier League has issued a statement on the red card given to Miles Lewis-Skelly against Wolves, and more. This is all the latest Arsenal news with Now Arsenal. In the last Premier League game, Arsenal got away with 3 points in a very nerve-wracking clash against Wolverhampton Wanderers at Molineux. One of the highlights of the game was Miles Lewis-Skelly's controversial red card in the first half. He tripped Matt Doherty as Wolves launched a counter-attack and was shockingly shown red by the referee. Arsenal argued that there were two Arsenal players behind Lewis-Skelly who could have stopped the attack, and it also didn't come anywhere near serious foul play. Therefore, the youngster should only have been shown a yellow card. Within minutes of the incident, the Premier League issued a statement clarifying their decision to send off the 18-year-old. They explained, "The referee's call of a red card for Lewis-Skelly was checked and confirmed by VAR, who deemed his challenge to have been serious foul play." The red card left the Arsenal players visibly frustrated, and several questioned referee Michael Oliver in protest. Despite their efforts, the referee stood by his decision, which was upheld by VAR official Darren England. This is not the first time Arsenal have been on the receiving end of controversial decisions from Michael Oliver. 3 years ago, Gabriel Martinelli was sent off for 2 bookable offences in quick succession at the same venue. Oliver also came under fire last season for failing to show Manchester City's Mateo Kovacic a second yellow card for a reckless challenge on Declan Rice. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta was furious about the decision, expressing his frustration post-match. "It is clear that I can leave it to you guys. I am absolutely fuming, but I leave it with you. It is that obvious." Arteta also added that he expects the red card to be overturned, referencing Bruno Fernandes's successful appeal earlier this season. The decision sparked widespread criticism from fans and pundits alike. Arsenal supporter Piers Morgan took to X, writing, "FFS, another absolutely ridiculous red card. Lewis-Skelly sent off for a trip, just a nonsense decision. The only worse thing than Michael Oliver making that terrible decision was VAR backing him up. Neither of them is fit for purpose if they think that's a red card." Former Premier League striker Alan Shearer also weighed in, telling BBC Sport, "It's one of the worst decisions I've seen in a long time." The Gunners will now decide whether to appeal against the red card, which could rule Lewis-Skelly out of their next 3 domestic fixtures. Arsenal, already struggling with injury and illness, will be looking to get the decision overturned to avoid further disruption to their campaign. On to more positive news. Arsenal are close to completing their first signing of the January transfer window, with highly rated 17-year-old Norwegian wonderkid midfielder Sere Nepan reportedly in London to finalise a move. The Gunners, who are looking to bolster their squad as they mount an intense title challenge, have prioritised the signing of Nepan over competition from Premier League rivals Manchester United and Manchester City. Mikel Arteta has been vocal about the need for reinforcements to help Arsenal maintain their momentum in the race for silverware. According to reports in Norway, Nepan recently visited Manchester City's Etihad for their clash with Chelsea, but is now in advanced talks with Arsenal. The Athletic's James McNicholas and David Ornstein confirmed that negotiations are progressing between Arsenal, Rosenborg BK and Nepan's representatives, with the London club optimistic of securing the talented midfielder's signature. Nepan, regarded as one of Norway's most promising young players, has enjoyed an impressive season for Rosenborg, scoring 5 goals and laying on 6 assists in 19 league appearances. The attacking midfielder's standout moment came in a commanding 4-0 win over Lillestrøm, where he scored a remarkable hat-trick. Known for his versatility in both the number 8 and number 10 roles, Nepan is expected to make an immediate impact on Arsenal's first team despite his age. Arsenal's recruitment strategy has increasingly focused on identifying and developing emerging global talent, and Nepan fits the profile perfectly. While Arsenal are leading the race to sign the midfielder, Manchester City remain in the running. According to reports, City are preparing a comprehensive development plan for Nepan, which could include a loan move to sister club Girona in Spain. However, Manchester United, who had shown early interest, appear to have fallen behind in the chase. Nepan is represented by Rafael Pimenta, a high-profile agent who also manages Erling Haaland and facilitated the striker's move to Manchester City in 2022. Rosenborg are believed to value Nepan at £10 million and are in contact with several clubs as they weigh up offers for their highly sought-after star. On another note, what's next for Arsenal over the next 2 games? Firstly, they travel to Barcelona to take on Girona in the Champions League, And then 4 days later, they host Manchester City at the Emirates in one of the blockbuster fixtures of the season. A game that would definitely clarify the extent of Arsenal's title chances. Fortunately for the Gunners, City will be without 3 of their best players in London. As far as their current form is concerned, Jeremy Doku is the latest to be ruled out for the game. City's 2024-25 campaign has been a mixed bag, with inconsistent league form and their Champions League hopes hanging in the balance. Final game of the new league phase. Guardiola is under increasing pressure to turn things around domestically as City push for a top 4 finish. Doku, who missed City's Champions League defeat to Paris Saint-Germain and Premier League win over Chelsea, was initially expected to return soon. However, Guardiola has revealed that the Belgium international is likely to be sidelined for an extended period. A while, I don't know how much, but a while, Guardiola said when asked about Doku's timeline for a recovery. He will not be ready for Wednesday, for sure. For Arsenal, we'll see. The clash at the Emirates is crucial for both sides, with Arsenal looking to close the gap on leaders Liverpool and City fighting to stay in contention for a top 4 finish after a surprising dip in form. There was some positive news for Guardiola as England defender John Stones returned from injury in City's win over Chelsea. Stones' availability will be crucial as City face an ongoing injury crisis, including the absence of key defenders Ruben Diaz and Nathan Ake. Guardiola praised Stones' impact and highlighted the challenges facing the team. Absolutely, it's important to have John back, Guardiola said. We continue with the problems. Kusanov should not have played. It takes time to adapt to a new country, new teammates and the process we want. Ruben is not there, Nathan either. We are lucky Akanji has stayed fit and John can help us in our final on Wednesday. Hopefully this time he recovers better. He played really well for 35-40 minutes against Chelsea and must make an effort for Wednesday. Guardiola acknowledged the difficult situation his squad is facing, saying, "We have to give time for Nathan and Ruben to come back as quickly as possible. But the situation is tough and will continue being tough." And last but not least, Arsenal are reportedly considering splashing the cash this summer to sign Arteta's dream target, Alexander Isak. The manager is a long-term admirer of the Newcastle striker and is desperate for the Gunners to sign the Swede before next season. According to reports online, Arsenal are still trying to complete a deal this month, despite preparing a summer move for Alexander Isak. Should Newcastle United miss out on European football this season, particularly the Champions League, the Gunners will be confident of securing the signature of Mikel Arteta's #1 target ahead of the 2025-26 campaign. Newcastle currently sit 5th in the Premier League table after beating Southampton on Saturday, level on points with Manchester City in 4th. Arsenal will be hoping that the Magpies' form can be reversed in the second half of the season. As we enter the final week of the January transfer window, the Gunners are still desperate to bring in an attacker following injuries to Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Jesus. Wolves striker Matheus Cunha is currently Arsenal's main target. However, any move will depend on the attitude of the players. If the Brazilian wants to leave, then Arsenal will make a move. Otherwise, it's highly unlikely that Wolves will let Cunha leave this month. There's no doubt that Mikel Arteta and Arsenal will be busy right up until the last day of the window. Nothing is close at the moment, but things can change quickly with 7 days to go. And with all that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe to Now Arsenal and check more information on our media channels, the NowArsenal.com website, and our socials across Instagram, Twitter and Facebook you can find in the description below. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video when we bring you more news on Arsenal Football Club.